Thank you for joining T. Roy and a special guest here on Everything Yet Nothing. Tune in next Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central for another episode. Warning. The following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Welcome to Everything Yet Nothing. Here's a hillbilly in eyeshadow who's looking fabulous and talking about anything yet something. Get ready to chew on a blade of sweet grass and talk about a variety of LGBTQ topics to the lifestyle of a gay hillbilly. Watch out, folks. These hills don't just got eyes. They got themselves a vodcast. Now, here's T. Roy.
Hello, and welcome. This show is going to be so kick-ass. I am so excited. It is going to be the bomb of all bombs, let me tell you. I got some awesome people here. WLFEDB radio, family, crew, you name it. They've literally have been there for me 100% since I've started this, and I really appreciate every one of them very much. And so I'm going to start with Genevieve, and she is from the Creepy Parlor.
Hi,
how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Oh, I'm awesome. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, this is my co-host, Kevin.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Genevieve.
So, Genevieve, tell me about your show, The Creepy Parlor.
So I am the ghostess of the Creepy Parlor. My show is on from 7 to 8 on Tuesdays on WLFE. We talk about lots of creepy topics, as awesome. The name suggests. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm an old school goth chick that likes to talk about weird stuff. That's the synopsis of the show.
I love it.
Yeah, totally. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
How long you been doing it?
December 29th was my first show. So I think we just had the 7th.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's been your highest high?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One show or one episode that just sticks out from all the rest of them, and
okay, so you know I love weird stuff. What I started doing with the first couple of shows, I had people on that I know that I'm really familiar with, just to kind of work out, the bugs and stuff. So I had my really good friend Jennifer on, and she's a medium. And as I'm doing the podcast, I'm talking, and when she responds, I can hear this guy's voice responding with her. Right. So at first I was I thought it was just some weird thing. And I figured, okay, it'll just go away. Another friend of ours messaged me several days later. She watched the replay and she kept saying, there's a guy talking when Jennifer talks.
Oh, wow.
So she heard it too. And we have some paranormal investigator friends, actually Rob and Joan, who are starting a show next week, listened to it the other day, and they definitely heard it too. And Joan gave me a little reading on who she thought I shouldn't call it a ghost, who the other voice was. So that show to me was one of the most fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I'm seeing Ted saying the Edgar show. I also did an Edgar Allan Poe birthday special a couple weeks ago. So that one was a lot of fun too. It's
awesome.
Fun. Yeah.
I watched that Edgar Allan Poe birthday special.
You did?
Yeah, I was stuck. I've always been a Poe fan, but I've never really delved into his past. And I knew that he was basically manic depressive, and I loved his quote. What is it? Oh, sleep is but little pieces of death, or how did that go? I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
I used to think that word all the time. So yeah,
he's one of my favorites.
That's awesome.
I have a little raven on my shoulder.
Awesome. What's been your lowest low?
Oh, I don't know yet. Give me time. Let me think about that one.
Okay.
We'll see.
What has been the hardest thing about your show since you've started? Like,
The only, you know what, I panic a little bit in the beginning just because I'm like, is the sound going to be okay? Is the technology going to be okay? Am I going to freeze? You know, that sort of stuff. That's
totally.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
but it all,
And just being okay with that, because you know, technology is technology, and
no, it is.
working through that and just getting that mental exercise of just being okay with that stuff, or trying to troubleshoot it, you know, figuring out how to fix it when it does go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not fall apart.
Absolutely right. I'm always like, I get nervous right at the beginning because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna start wrong or something to just it's a freeze. It's just gonna be like, ah. But yeah, it usually works out. I don't know why we overwork ourselves, Genevieve.
I don't know, because as you know, you're a performer, so you want everything to be perfect.
Exactly. Totally. Yeah.
You want everything to be perfect, and you want, you know, the show's always got to go on regardless of how you're feeling or how you're doing. You know, you have that performer mindset, and everything.
Yeah.
You just want everything to be good all the time.
Absolutely. And your shows are phenomenal. Like I like
thanks.
every one of them. They're so kick-ass. You're one of a kind, and I love
Thank you.
one of a kind. Because it's hard to find one of a kind. Of course, we're one of a kinds too. So
yes, you are.
Together.
We do. We attracts like, right?
Yeah, totally. So, do you have anything that you would like to bring up on different shows that you be on?
Yeah. My next show coming up is actually on Mardi Gras, so it's February 16th.
Huh?
And I'm so excited because I have the guest I have on is a ghost tour guide from New Orleans.
Oh, nice.
So he runs French Quarter Phantoms. I'm so excited.
Totally.
And that's, I think, actually one of the most fun parts about doing this is like reaching out to people, and when they say yes, it's like, they're gonna be on my show. How cool!
Yeah, totally. I can hear their story or what's going on with them. I love that. Totally.
Yeah.
That
so
is.
I'm really excited about that one. He's got some ghost stories he's gonna tell, and it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah. How'd you come up with the your show? Like, where did it manifest?
So, a little bit of backstory. I own a ghost tour company called Jersey Shore Ghost Tours, and obviously since the pandemic started and COVID and all that stuff, we can't really do our tours the same way. So I started doing some virtual stuff and had the idea to start some kind of, not necessarily a podcast, but just some kind of like regular video communication to keep the business relevant.
Right.
And then I met DJ Dom through the Haunted Happy Hour that I started running, and he put me in touch with Ted. I was on Ted's show, and then everything just kind of blossomed from there. So I should say I was on Ted and Cindy's show. I was on Power Talk Radio, and so it sort of bloomed from there, let's say.
Well, that is so awesome. You do such a great job. Like,
thank you.
You do.
So have you always been a goth girl, or is it something
that
you listened to as adolescent?
Since the first time I saw The Cure on MTV's 120 Minutes, and yes, I'm dating myself there. For those of you who remember when MTV actually played music, the first time I saw The Cure, I was like, oh, that's it. That's my life now. I'm a creepy girl.
Yeah.
But honestly, it goes way back. It goes way, you know, as a little kid, I loved like the Addams Family and Casper and all that stuff. So
totally. Born and raised
like this.
I always loved it too.
Yeah, we were talking backstage earlier, and we have a little bit of stuff in common and whatnot. But we went through a phase, like we're wearing white and stuff now. But I went through where I wore a dog collar and we were all black and just was all goth all the time. And I've always been into the supernatural and the paranormal and into ghosts. I like to say that I was always the kid that wanted to meet the monster out of my bed. Yeah, my sister was older than me, and she'd come to me and be like, "Hey, I'm scared. Will you come sleep on the bottom bunk? Because she had bunk beds. And I was like, she'd like, "Can you sleep on the bottom bunk? I don't want mom to think I'm scared." And I'm like, all right.
I find myself always empathizing with the monster. You know, like I watch Frankenstein and I'm like, oh,
I know,
right?
You know, I feel bad for the monsters, but I do.
It wasn't his fault.
I know, like the Phantom of the Opera. Like I can't for the life of me figure out why she didn't stay with the Phantom. You know, like I
know.
I empathize with the monsters.
Totally. Totally. I love that. Totally. So your next show is, when is that?
Tuesday, February 16th.
Tuesday.
Yeah, that's our Mardi Gras festival.
Okay.
And then following that is February 23rd, which I'm so excited about this one too. There's this artist, her name's Brenda. She runs the Gravestone Girls, and they make art, like plaster casts of old gravestones.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah.
I've done etching. I grew up
I was getting
right
ready to
down the
bring
road
that up,
from
like
an
etching.
old graveyard. Like, I'm from the country. I mean, we're hillbillies. So obviously,
Yeah.
Hillbillies.
We from the country and we like it.
And I grew up down the dirt road from this old cemetery. It's like 1800s, and they had like old Cherokee tribe members in there and everything like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I've grew up listening to all of like their folklore and everything, and
that's fascinating.
To the point where, like, when I'm at my parents' house in Oklahoma, I do not go outside at dark if I hear like little skippers or like little scatterings in the woods, because it could be little people, and we don't talk about them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyways, I digress. I would go down there and just do etching on the gravestones. I did it one time for art, and I just loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah. I love it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the thing that I love about the gravestones too is that that's just, that's like a little story of that person's life.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think that stories are so important, and they're keeping our story alive, keeping our name alive. I think that's really important. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, and have you noticed, like, over the years, like, I love the older they are, the better they are, because they put all that work into chiseling it out by hand and just putting all the designs on it. And like I look at them and I'm like, wow, I wish I would have met them, because they have a freaking tombstone out of this world. But yeah, I love the older tombstones, and yeah, like you said, I like the graveyards too, going in, checking them out, and
quiet, peaceful.
Yeah, totally peaceful.
I'm a weirdo. I'm okay with it. I had a boss one time years and years ago. He used to time me how long the conversation can go from like just hi, how are you, to talking about Halloween. And usually it was about 8 or 9 minutes. Somehow work the conversation into Halloween.
Right.
That's how it is, though. I'm totally a sharer of the memes that have the dead Santa Claus. It's like, if you're talking about this in October, then this is what happens, I mean, Samhain is it's our holiday, and we usually have a big party. That used to be the one time a year that we would drink, is at the Halloween party.
And we decorate all the rooms in the trailer, wherever we're living. We totally decorate it all out, do the walls, the ceiling, you name it. It's like, go all out, and it's so much fun. All of our friends come. We live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and it was like,
oh goodness,
it was small. But we fit 25 people in this little ass apartment. Like, you would not believe it was so crowded. And yeah, it was wild.
It worked out though. The bedroom was the dungeon, and
we had a bat room, the water room, which was the bathroom, with like body parts floating around, eyeballs, and all that good stuff.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
That's the whole thing of like Halloween.
It happens once a year.
Gotta celebrate
that brings me to another thing that we did this year. This year I decided that we're gonna have 2 Halloweens. So we celebrated Halloween proper, 31st, and then the following weekend, I did a ghost tour for the people that are local that do our haunted happy hour. So we did it and we celebrated Halloween again. So I'm going to try to do that every year. I have 2 Halloweens.
So cool. Yeah. Heck yeah. I wish it was all year. Really.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you see my skulls back here. They're all year round.
I love it. Totally. So do you do rituals or
Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll discuss that later.
So on your ghost tours, what exactly do you do on the ghost tours? Like we've been to one here in Branson.
Mm-hmm.
But,
so I live in a little shore town in New Jersey, and there's a lot of history here. I think that there's some houses that date back to the Revolutionary War, so a lot of history, and with that comes a lot of like really crazy stuff. So we've got pirate history, we've got Prohibition history, we have ghosts all over the place. So it's a walking tour. So we meet outside, we stay outside for the whole thing, and I tell ghost stories.
Oh, that's awesome.
In costume, of course. That's
even better.
Costumes make everything better.
Absolutely, everything. So it's a lot of fun. For me, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I think that the people that join me have a lot of fun because I don't get any complaints.
That's always a good thing. No complaints are awesome.
Yeah.
Even if they do, I don't want to hear it. Totally. Well, do you have anything that you would like to say before I bring Christy on?
No, this is awesome. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited.
No problem. Well, I am going to take you out of the room, hang out.
Okay.
Tell us again when your shows are.
Yes.
And how to catch you.
Tuesday at 7. I have the Creepy Parlor Facebook page. So it's facebook.com/the Creepy Parlor, I believe. And also on WLFEDB. We cross post on there. So you can find me there.
Awesome.
Okay, and whenever everybody is out here, I want to talk to you and Dom because you both have some stuff
We
to
got
be
lots
talking
of
about.
stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. So we'll definitely bring that out. And
I just wanted Ted posted here my favorite poem or story. I just wanted to tell Ted real quick that my favorite story is The Telltale Heart. But now I can go. I can be quiet now.
Okay, see you in just a second.
Okay.
Okay. This is Christy with Where Is My Sage?
Oh, she's still muted. Hold on one second.
Oh, I was muted. I just pulled the mic, you guys. That's usually my partner. That's usually Mike. He starts talking to introduce our show, and I'm like, dude, we can't hear you.
And here's Christy.
See, that's some of the beauty of the technology that we were just talking about.
Oh, it's so nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Tell us about your show, Where Is My Sage?
Oh my gosh, where to start? So, we are literally, I mean, the whole title of the show is Where's My Sage? A Taste of the Universe. And we named it that because I'm a psychic medium and a Reiki master. Mike, my partner, is a Reiki master, but he's also founder of Tactical Bigfoot Research. So he's the Bigfoot guy and the cryptid guy, and I deal with the paranormal and the ghosts. So we just, we met, and then, we clicked, and things, just started naturally to connect. And then the opportunity came up for me to have a show, and I said, let's do this together. And I'm really glad we did, because it just really, at first I was kind of like, I don't really want to do a show on my own. I'd been doing something on my own for a while, and it was fun, but I'm busy. I'm a mom and whatever too. And we're like, nah. And then just naturally kind of flowed, and here we are. And, the whole idea is to, sample the universe, literally, get out there and experience things, from all different perspectives, all different opinions, all different backgrounds, all different, because even my opinion and my, take on Bigfoot is different than a lot of people because of what I do,
Exactly.
and just so, you just never know where people are coming from. And so you just get to sample a little bit of everything and,
Yes.
just get off the couch and go live life and realize there's so much more out there, that we need to explore and that we're all a part of. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Awesome. It sounds exciting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
How long have you been, when did you start with your show?
So this show, we actually just celebrated our 1-year anniversary birthday. Yeah, January 21st. So we actually went to the 1890 house
Awesome.
in Cortland, New York. And we did a live investigation there to celebrate our 1 year. It was fantastic. Fantastic. So we've been doing it for a year. We started off, it was going to be every other week. And then there were times where we did every week. But then when COVID hit and everything shut down, we thought, well, it'll give us something to do and hopefully help other people lift their spirits and give them something to do. So we ended up doing it every week. And so here we are still making it work. And, it must be meant to be because here we are, so it's been working out. Yeah. So we're really excited. I think we're going on 46 or 47 shows, something like that. And that's not including the special things that we do, or we kind of throw in there sometimes for spontaneous. And I'll be like, hey, Mike, you working late? Nope. Okay, good. We're going live tonight. And he'll be like, what? Because we don't live near each other. So
Right.
we live like an hour and a half away from each other. And so, his work schedule's set. So me, I run my own business. So I'm just like, oh, we can do this. No problem. Whatever. He's like, what the hell? I got to go.
So how did y'all meet?
So we actually met at the Hinsdale house in Hinsdale, New York, on an investigation. And wow. Yeah, it was really crazy because I just happened to get a ticket. Jack Kenna was actually running it, and Mike was a part of one of those groups on the Bigfoot end of things. And he got called to go help with that at the last minute, but it was also an open event for people to buy tickets. But it was mostly people, that particular group that night mostly were people who have a background or do this, I don't want to say professional, but it wasn't just like an open public tour kind of thing, guided. We were all knew what we were doing. We got to do different things on our own and together. And so, it was just one of those things. And I just happened to get a ticket, last minute, and he had to go last minute. And so it's just kind of, we were with this big group and we really didn't spend any time together that night. Very little. And I scared the crap out of him because we were sitting in the living room and we were just sitting there, just finally making small talk. Like, it was like already halfway through the night and his grandfather walked in the room and I said, so are you in the military? And I started making small talk with him and he's like, no. And I was like, okay, well, you got this guy here. And I don't think twice about it. I'm on a tour, I'm on an investigation. So I'm not thinking twice about just delivering a message. And his eyes got real big and he's like, huh? I was like, yeah, you got this. He goes, yeah, that sounds like and all of a sudden, all I know is somebody called his name from the kitchen and boom, he was gone. And I was like, okay, I have that effect on people. And the rest is history. Here we go. It's like, we're like tight. He's like my brother. So it's all good. So yeah, I didn't scare him too bad, obviously, but yeah, so that was, that's how we met. So yeah.
That's cool. What's been your hardest part of having a show?
Learning to work with somebody else and to play nice. Honestly, I'm very independent. I'm very, I'm not used to working with people, but it's because of what I do and, how I am. And it's not because I don't want to. It's just that I just know there's a certain way. But again, we click so easily and so naturally that even if there is he'd say conflict, but even if we hash it out for a little while, it's, here you go. Okay, we're still going to do this. Or here it's, we're just going to figure this out and make it work. He probably concedes more than I do. But it's my job to know what's going on. So I guess, it is what it is. but I think that's the hardest part about navigating it. The show itself, honestly, is awesome. He really is a great partner. He handles everything, like all the technology stuff. I mean, we figure a lot of it out together, like how we want things done and everything. But honestly, he's got, you watch the show, you can see him looking up behind because he's got screens and monitors and he's he's functioning everything. And here I'm sitting here and I'm doing my thing. And, but he takes what we created together and then makes it all happen, and he does a really good job. So, I have to give him a lot of credit because a lot of times I get to just sit here and play host, So I do behind the scenes, but yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how many screens he has because I see him all the time looking.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And actually, I inherited one. It's on my desk right here. He's like, "Here, you're taking the one TV we bought." He goes, "You can have it. So like when I want to screen share and we're working on something, then you can just pull it up on the big thing." He has this thing with maps. Like, dude, I don't do maps. You can sit there and I'll be like, and I'll be flipping my phone. It's like, "Are you paying attention?" "Sure I am." "You get this figured out yet?" Because I have no idea what we're doing. I'll just look up and tell you yes or no, and you can figure it out from there. Yeah. So no, but he really, I think that was the hardest part, was just learning how to really work with a partner, honestly, like, and be able to, because it's scary, right? So many people nowadays think that if there's a conflict right away, you have to run away. You can't just be worked out and you can't let it go and move on. And he's not like that. And I'm so grateful for that.
That's
so
cool.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to have somebody like that to work with. Totally.
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm going to go into a little testimonial about you. So we were watching a show and T-Roy popped in and asked if you had any messages from his brother. And girl, you hit everything. You brought him to tears. Don't do it now, babe. We're live. But I just want to tell everyone, you know your stuff. Like, even through the internet, you caught Tony and you like.
That's awesome.
You really brought some closure to T-Roy, and he got to tell his mom about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
thank you for sharing that.
And I'm glad you came on here, so I could thank you for that. Because
I appreciate that. That's my pleasure. It's absolutely my pleasure. It really is. It's my pleasure. I'll make you cry. I'll bring you to tears anytime you want. I would say, like, there's a joke between some of my, me and my medium friends, we're like, "Oh, how many people did you make cry today? How many people did you make cry today?" It sounds awful.
I was like so totally balling. I can just say nothing. I can do nothing. He was like, "Oh, you totally hit it on the right on the dot." It really helped me out tremendously. That was 3.5 years ago.
I'm so glad that it means I did my job. That's what I'm here for. I appreciate that. I love the feedback, and it's just, it never ceases to amaze me. I always have to remind myself if the day ever comes that I am not excited to hear, feedback from people or to get validation from people, no matter how long it's been, then I'm doing something wrong, because I've lost that balance of the ego. And it's so important to keep that in check. And I just, thank you, Ted. Appreciate it. But thank you. I just love it. That just makes my day.
You might have a great show.
Thank you. Yes. And thank you for watching it.
You're definitely blessed. You do help a lot. Like, I want you to know you have an awesome show and you have a very awesome gift. And I know how it is. It's not easy doing what you do, but I'm very thankful that you do. I really am.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that. I'm very blessed.
To the point where it's I said I work with people every day, to the point where it's in my title in my job, and I really don't care for them. So, what's easier to work with, spirit or people? I mean, I know once we were all spirit, we were all people at one time, but still like
Honestly, spirit is, because it's who I am and it's what has always come naturally. But I will say, I mean, my whole background's been customer service. I'm a dental assistant, but before that, I really just was a customer service rep or manager or something. So I really worked with the nitty gritty, you would leave like you and say at the end of the day, I don't like this, because you catch all the crap from people. But it also was rewarding to me because you got to help them and solve problems and try to make a positive difference. And then the dental field came along, and I went to school for that. So, I mean, giving back in all those different ways, but I would say ultimately it is way easier and much more fulfilling for me. But I get to do both, though. That's why I get to work with the people and I get to work with spirit, and I get to help both, because it's not just about helping the people who are left behind. It's about helping spirit as well. And people don't ever really hear about that side of things.
Right.
And that's really important. It's not always about us. Sometimes it's about what they need to do
Yeah.
to keep moving on,
That's
in,
right.
in the light and do better. So there's a whole different side you don't really usually hear too much about. Yeah.
I've got so many questions about that side, but I won't take up all
Aw.
the time. I mean,
Anytime. Call me. We'll talk.
I actually got into the path our spiritual path, because I wanted to get a hold of my mom. She died when I was young. So I have so many questions just about like channeling and everything. But like I said, we won't get into that today.
Gotta be very careful.
I
If you don't know what you're doing, though. People don't realize you can bring on a world of hurt for yourself and your family and your
There's a
home
lot
if you
to it.
don't
There really is.
dabble, if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I
not
dabbled
worth it.
young, and I brought something bad in, and
That's not a good. No, you
So
learn
we
the
like
hard way, huh?
we laid it to rest, and
Oh
been
gosh.
good.
Oh no.
So, does spirit get to like move on? Like, we're not around here forever, right? I think and I hope that we do go through incarnations and eventually we get to be a guide, but I don't know, because I don't want to be around all the time.
Right. Right. I look at people who are 80 and 90, and don't get me wrong, life is a blessing, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to live that long, to be honest with you. No, everybody, when it comes to mediumship and spirituality and our psychic intuitive abilities and things like that, it really can be different for all of us. It's not right or wrong. It's really based on this life, what our background is, religious experiences, culture, beliefs, opinions, what just feels right for us. Because how many people are raised one way but know something else is right for them and go a different way, right? So it's all based on our foundation in this life and every lifetime that we live. And so when we pass, you can cross into the light or you can stay earthbound, and there's so much to each of those sides. But you're right, the goal is that we are able to ascend, and grow with each lifetime, so that someday we don't have to come back and do this anymore. As far as guides go, I do believe that some people, when they get to that point, they can step in and become like a guide for us. But any of our friends and family can be guides. And we have lots of different guides that step in and out. I always refer to my dental background, right? I'm an assistant. So I say, it's like working for a general dentist. So you have like in the way I teach it and the way I believe in the way I work is I have 4 main guides, right, that are with me all the time from the second I'm born to the second I die. And their job is to always be with me to help me keep on track. So then they're my general dentists. And as I need them, I have specialists that come in and come and go as I need. And it's the same idea. But I, for the most part, believe they're not and never were human. I believe they are on that different level, the divine level.
Right.
But I do believe that there are and can be some that do get to play that role in that position. But like I said, I do have some family members that have passed who actually work on my right, which is where my guides are. And they actually do act like guides to me, even though they were family, but they're just not on that same level as they're on my team, though. I call it my team of all my special, my guides and everything. So yeah, I know you're right. The goal is to not have to do that. And that's kind of what I was talking about when I said, when I mentioned the idea of people in the light wanting to help themselves or needing to do something and come forward either to make amends or do better or give answers, to try to do something nice so they can do what they have to do in the light to ascend and move forward. So, yeah.
That's so interesting.
That is very interesting. Totally. You got anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much more. Jojo, one of our friends, Josiah Butterball, wants to know how we find your show.
Oh, okay. So you can find Where's My Sage, and we have a Facebook page. So you can look up Where's My Sage, A Taste of the Universe. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, WLFE. We are all over as well. You can also find Mike's page and my page as well. You can find him under Mike Tactical Bigfoot Research, or myself, Christy London, Medium and Reiki Master. I also have a website, and Where's My Sage is actually linked in with my website. So you can go to blueeyedempath.com. And that's my business site. And then there's a link to take you to Where's My Sage as well. So either individually you can contact us, or Where's My Sage at gmail.com. We've tried to make it as easy as possible. And we're on every Tuesday night at 8:00 Eastern time. So
that is absolutely awesome. I love that.
Thank you.
So, Reiki Master, I want to go into this just for a little second. Can you explain to us exactly what Reiki is and what a Reiki Master does?
Sure. So Reiki is a universal healing positive energy. And as a Reiki practitioner healer, you are connecting with certain symbols that allow you to connect with the universe, the universal positive energy that is us, that is around us, that we unify with, I guess you could say. As a master, really all that means is that I can teach it. There's 4 levels or 3 levels, and then you're master. Once you do level 1 and 2, you are then qualified to work on other people, yourself, that kind of, other people, friends, family. You can even do Reiki on animals. It's great. And what it is really light touch. A lot of us don't even need to touch, but it's where you just hover and you're just the modem. You don't take on. It's not something I'm giving you. It's something I am allowing to flow through me into you. And what it does is it allows the body to rest and relax and do what it needs to do to heal. So you can do it just as like a maintenance thing, just to keep yourself tuned, like chiropractic and regular checkups with everything else. Or if you do have issues, whether it's mental or physical, emotional, whatever the case is, it works in conjunction with all of that. I've worked on people who have been in memory care units, that have dementia, Alzheimer's. I've worked on people with cancer, anxiety problems, just people who just needed it. It's like a massage. They wanted to go to relax. It's another way to relax. And it is very calming and relaxing. And a lot of times you go into a meditative state and you don't even realize it. A lot of men tend to snore when they get on my table. They fall right asleep and they snore, which is great because then, you're all mine. But I can really get where I need to go. But no, it's the coolest thing because I don't even have to touch you and you can still feel the energy. And people wake up and they're groggy and they're just like, whoa, it's an awesome feeling. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's great.
Yeah. We'll do energy exercises sometimes just with ourselves, and you can really transfer energy just without touching each other.
Absolutely. Mike's good for that too. And Mike's into the martial arts and things like that. So the chi and I wish he could have been here tonight. That would have been great to talk with him about that.
Yeah, totally. There's always next time.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna make sure he stays up. We're gonna give him some coffee. Poor guy has to go to work. But yeah, energy is just, and it's just really, there's so many modems of doing it. And the nice thing about Reiki is that you're not taking on. I always tell people, if you've ever seen the movie The Green Mile, I'm not John Coffey. I'm not taking on your stuff and then having to expel it. Yes. I am truly just letting the universe flow. I'm just taking it on. It's flowing through me into you. Although there are some of us that can pull energy from you, which is not a part of Reiki. It's just part of being a healer and knowing yourself as a healer. So I can pull stuff from people. I can pull energy. Sometimes they say they can feel it. Sometimes they can't. They're like, oh, this was really weird. I felt like it was like like you were taking, or like it felt like it just lifted. And I'm like, yeah, I was kind of doing a thing on you, but that's okay. Yeah. So it's pretty neat when you get that kind of feedback. But yeah. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, thank you for answering that. I am going to pull you off.
Okay.
And I'll pull you on in just a second. I'm going to
Thank you
get
very much.
our next guest out. Thank you
Okay.
very much, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you.
Let's welcome Dom with
What's happening, fam?
We'll talk with Dom.
Real Talk with Dom.
What's up?
I knew that.
It's just real talk with Dom.
Yeah,
Yo,
just
awesome
real talk.
show tonight, brother. Cool.
Well, thank you very much. So tell us about your show, Mr. Dom.
Well, before I get into it, I'll say I want to thank WLFEDB first for letting me be a part of this, and then meeting all of you guys for sure. Like, this is what's up. This is why I do what I do, because there'd be no Real Talk with Tom without all you guys. Like, straight up, like Genevieve and all the other shows. So I'll just start there. Real Talk with Tom is on a Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We do vendors. We do concerts. We do paranormal. We are everywhere. So it just is what it is. I really loved your show tonight because I got to understand a few things with the different situations of the shows. This has been very helpful for me to really enjoy more of the variety of what we have. So it's on point, brother.
Awesome.
Because I told the rest of when we decided to do this show, I was like, I want to see how everyone is behind the scenes. Like, we've got our feelings, but like he was talking about with Genevieve, how it's kind of nervous to begin with when it starts the show, and you don't want to mess up, and how everyone else feels, because we watched the show, so we're like, well, they're doing it like this and this and this. How do we
Yeah.
How do we get that confidence?
You guys are asking the same question to both guests so far, and the one thing that sucks about having shows is you're your own worst enemy. Like, what's the one thing you hate? It's like, honestly, it's me. It's like I'm the worst enemy myself of making shows. I'm like, I'm the only one that, and I'll be the first one to say, you would put up parental advisory. I'm the only one that could fuck up my own show, straight up.
Absolutely.
So
Totally.
it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's. Where's my sage? Where's my sage on Facebook? There it is. Ted Van Son's putting that up. Hello, Dom, Tracy. I could see them in the comments for sure. But it's been a blessing meeting all of you guys, because if there's one thing, as I've noticed the questions you keep asking the rest of the guests, the blessing is knowing all of you guys now. You have become part of a bigger family. So before you hit that live button on the top right screen that you all know of, the big red button that we're all in the runway together, it's we talk on different formats, and we all support each other. That's actually been the biggest draw for me, as far as like just staying around and saying, hey, you know what, this is worth it. Working entertainment my entire life, this is everything I wanted. Modeling, acting, all that, fuck it. This is what I now love. Hanging with all you guys and shit like that.
Hell yeah. Totally.
You're fired, Dom. Left my ass up. I got fired again by Ted. Holy shit.
All right, Dom. How many times do you get fired in a day? I was going to say a week. I mean, we need to say day.
It's within every phone call. I'm the one that's going to make about 400 phone calls a day. So it is what it is. So, but I get hired back. Fired, hired, fired, hired, fired, hired. So.
I love it.
And it's really cool too, because like when you take the shows away, like with Kevin, when I watched you sing that night with one of my favorite songs, and we were talking about it in the back room, which not a lot of people get to know. I'm like the Gods and Monsters. Like, man, you sang that shit, and I watched you, and I'm like, fuck, dude, you held that song down, bro. Like, there's talent everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you. You make me blush.
Look at his head, it's too big.
It is what it is. But that's the straight up thing with like WLFEDB. Like there's talent in all avenues of what we do. Like Genevieve, I mean, shit, she has the Jersey Shore Ghost Tours, many other shows. T-Roy, you got all your shit. I mean, there's Canny Biddle. I mean, there's Paratalk. I mean, there's so much going on with what we have that we could literally bring in an audience that everyone can enjoy something. If you don't like us, go somewhere else. Like as far as like to another show. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yeah, and the way that WLFEDB radio site is set up is they're all right there, so you can just click. You want variety? Boom. You want paranormal? Boom. Just click on that. It's right there.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like all of us working together, the simplest shit to do is just share, follow, and like all of our pages, and all of us working together. As far as like scratch each other's back as artists, that's all you got to do. I mean, and then everyone gets noticed. Like from my audience, your audience, everyone gets to see our shit. Yep. Like straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, totally.
So that's where like I Ted actually wanted to start me in October. He actually brought me on a poetry show that he had. It was Talk with Teddy, for sure. I was a last minute guest from somebody that did not show up, and it actually just it actually spiraled from there as far as like we worked together because I wrote him beforehand because I wanted to work with him anyway, and it just so kind of happened because not that anyone knows this in the world because this is kind of one of my things. I have 2 books in the world, guys. Indeed. But in reality, like, he kind of had my back and brought me on a last-minute show, and then we just worked great together from there. And I've been able to find, people who are artists because within entertainment, it's a very selfish world, very selfish.
Very.
That I want to bring people to be noticed, and good people too, all of them. And no name drops, nothing like that. No, nothing like that. It's but I bring shows on to help and to help artists as we go, like vendor shows, things like that. Like I want to help everyone else where I never got that opportunity at 35 now. Like
exactly.
If I had that at 25, like I would have appreciated more people. Now that I could do this now with somebody like Teddy who gave me that opportunity, it opened my eyes in order to help more. Now, yes, I can exert energy into being selfish, but I don't want to do that. I want to help everyone get out there because in a time period that we're in, where we stay at home, we have to keep ourselves away from the public. Honestly, like if I saw Kevin in a bar singing that song, I would have been right there. I don't have those opportunities. So it's like one of these things where it's like you got to find people in order to push, and that's what I'm all about. And I started in technically with my shows of being kind of paranormal, and I'm like, you know what? Let me be myself. I love concerts. I love vendors. I love buying shit. I love shopping. Honestly, I'm one guy in the world that fucking loves shopping. So I literally just love it.
Right.
And I just that's where I wanted to push my show, bro.
Yeah, totally. Awesome.
You know?
What's been your highest high?
My highest high is when I'll go back to it. It's actually meeting all of you guys. Straight up, honestly, like meeting the entire crew and being able to network out. Because when you network out, it's one of these things with entertainment. I haven't seen really anything selfish within this world because I call it worlds. So there's modeling, entertainment, and then now this world. I haven't seen anything really selfish here. Everyone's really pushing each other to be with each other as far as like helping.
Absolutely.
And I noticed that shit. That's what keeps me around.
Yeah.
And
your ads.
I know. Yes, it is. But like,
put up the modeling.
If I didn't see like I don't know how many shows I'm in, and it doesn't matter who gives a shit. If I didn't see the appreciation from everyone, of what everyone does show, I probably would not have stuck around. But this is now fun to me. This is now personal and it's fun.
Awesome.
And that's why I stay. And Ted, I'm telling you, he's one of the best people who works so hard, and like
Yes,
he's the shit, honestly. Like I'll straight up say he's the shit. And then like working with Genevieve, like I look forward to it every Monday night. Genevieve, you forgot to say Real Talk with Dom that you're co-pilot.
Up to that, Dom.
Yeah, I know. But I look forward to working with her. Like it's like a nice hangout every Monday night. You know, just speaking with you guys about it's like a bigger friendship. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's where I'm at.
I believe that totally. So, what's been the hardest part of your show?
Me. It's me. I'm the hardest part of my show. It's me. It's literally me. Honestly, like she talked the last with Where's My Sage. She talked about the anxiety and shit like that. Like the next day is a very hard show for me. Or actually, not a hard show. I should put it this way. It's a very hard day for me because like sometimes I have to go back and rewatch the shows because it's a run and gun at most points, and I don't remember half the shit I said sometimes, and I have to go back and watch. And it's not like you're inebriated, but like it's one of these things where it's like you're trying to make a perfect show.
Right.
And you give yourself anxiety. And me being highly delivered with an anxiety life, I worry about a lot of shit. So I'm the biggest problem of my own show.
All right.
In reality.
That's great. But we have got to do a quick commercial.
Sure.
And then we will come back with all three of you to maybe ask a couple more questions and talk a little bit. Thank you, Dom, very much.
Thank you very much. Honestly, much love.
Much love.
"2021 just got better. Your favorite shows from WLFEDB Radio can now be found on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Yes, we now video stream to both of those platforms. Search for your favorite shows like Where's My Sage, Inside the Drag Closet, Across the Pond, Everything Yet Nothing, Paratalk Radio, Step into the Paranormal, The Creepy Parlor, Just Cindy, and more. Now you won't miss an episode. Remember, follow Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe and follow your favorite WLFEDB radio shows. This award-winning thriller has it all. Murder, political intrigue, mob revenge, and a bit of romance. Not to mention strong female and male characters with a storyline that could be tomorrow's headline news. Now for a quick peek into our story. To help solving a nationwide plot involving the assassination of several U.S. senators, the O'Rourke team is called in. To complicate matters, they now have to work against the clock to rescue one of their own. You see, the mob didn't take too kindly to the O'Rourke team's involvement last spring. It seems to have led to the indictment of their boss. Will they succeed? You're listening to WLFEDB Radio. Now, back to our program.
We are back. And we are going to bring out a couple that we have put in the back room. It was bad.
Sorry, guys. We did all this talking about Big Papa Ted, so I just figured, why not send him a link real quick, right?
Let's see.
Genevieve,
brave enough to take you up on it?
Or what?
I didn't want to steal
Co-pilot?
your thunder. I'm not going to talk about your show. You gotta talk about your own show.
How do you find Genevieve? Huh?
Okay,
Maybe a co-pilot on Real Talk
Wow.
with Tom.
Let him have
here
it,
is my
Genevieve.
question. Tom
Give him
and,
energy.
Tom and Genevieve, do you have another show or something that you do together?
At the end of the day, I will speak of it. At the end of the show, I will speak. But yeah, no. I'll bring that up at the end. No worries. And there's as we leave, when you ask me, how do we find me? Absolutely.
Okay.
So cryptic.
So, Genevieve, I
What
don't
is
think
that?
we asked you.
I'll say it. What are you talking about?
So cryptic.
Yeah, we asked.
Hey.
We asked
What are you
Genevieve. We just
saying?
never asked Tom.
Okay.
We went to commercial and didn't ask Tom about where we can find his show.
Yeah, ain't nobody
Oh,
asked
no.
me shit.
I got this.
Sorry.
All right, no, May I plug
So,
for a
Tom,
moment?
where
Yes.
can we find your show?
Well, first, I just want to make sure everyone knows I have 2 books that you can buy on Amazon. One's called Mind's Eye, and one's called 2.
I love you, girl.
WLFEDB, Monday nights, Easter.
There
We'll
you go.
talk with Tom.
Awesome.
Tom and Tom's World, Second Mad Team, Friday nights, 8:30. You can find me there. Instagram, and then you can also find Genevieve on Real Talk with Tom. On Monday nights on Real
Monday
Talk with
nights
Tom.
and
Genevieve.
Eastern.
You are never gonna live this down
I
now.
know.
But in reality,
That's why I wanted you to go first.
when I say this, I always want everyone to push
Oh, there he is.
WLFEDB first. I'm gonna get WLFEDB. Follow and like and share them. Always.
Can you?
Oh, and
tired now?
I'm getting fired. Shit. On live.
You're in so much trouble. The wolf is
Working on
here.
it.
Oh, he's gonna get you.
No,
Party.
no,
And let us
you're not fired, Tom. You're not fired.
Hey.
What's up, y'all?
Aw.
Hi, Teddy.
What's
Huh?
happening, brother?
Love-
Nice hat. Love it.
I know.
Cheers. I love the hat.
Styling.
Doesn't really go with my head, my face, but
Where the hell did you find that? That's
doesn't really
badass.
go with my face.
I think it's awesome. Does it,
The Halloween store.
Ginger in your beard.
I'm trying to see what it is.
Is it shamrocks? It's
Cool hats,
Oh.
everyone. Cool hat night. Let's do this.
Little
I don't
popcorn.
have a hat.
there you
Cool hat.
go.
I don't have a hat.
Me either.
Yeah.
I have baseball. Oh, there it is. There it is. I have baseball hats. That's about it.
How y'all doing?
I have a winter
Nice
hat with a
kid.
ball
Nice,
on top.
nice.
I
Right.
do have a hat.
Now I'm gonna be left out.
Oh,
You're
you're
supposed to have my back. Look it. She's gonna get a hat. I'm gonna be all by myself.
T-Roy, I love that fucking.
I
or I love
don't
that.
have
nothing.
I love that hat.
I got nothing.
Thank you, man. I got it like whenever I went to Tennessee and just interviews
No, you got it
last
for
year.
Biggest birthday.
Oh,
when you and
yeah,
Maudie dressed
that's
up.
fine. I just took it to Tennessee.
So,
but
our friend Biggins from Hillbilly in the Holler. That's how she
shit.
met Teddy. And
Good night, do-rag.
I have a bag.
Nice.
I'm messing up my
Christy.
hair for you guys, okay? Here, I have a hat.
Look what this has come to.
look
Can't
what
take
you
it
did,
anywhere.
Teddy.
There.
you did it.
So we met Ted through our T-Roy's Biggins and Hillbillies in the Holler. Biggins went on a show, Talk with Teddy, and I watched the show. It
It's
is
really
now
hot. I'm
become
taking this off.
Oh,
So, if you have a favorite hat, hit that sucker on because it is hat moment.
Hey, baby.
Mike's
Well,
never gonna
let me
show us
say
again.
Oh, Kristen Johnson says sexy hat.
Thank you. And you know
Uh,
what? I love your name. You know why? Because my maiden name is Johnson. So yeah.
Selfie time. Selfie time. Come on, guys, pose.
Wait, I have to put my hat back on. Oh wait, you took yours off. We're good.
Yo, put it on. All right, we're good.
There it is.
That's Instagram. Another way to find me.
Oh yeah, we're on Instagram too.
There is one question that I really want to ask everybody, and I almost forgot about it. But I am an LGBTQ show, and I really would like to know where you all stand on the acceptance of equality
And equality.
and equality.
That
Tom?
No, I would love to actually start with this, to be honest with you, because, all right, so I accept it 100%, and I don't give a fuck about anyone on my Facebook, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, if you have a problem with somebody, you just got to bring it up to them. Like, I love all of you guys to death. Literally, if you don't like me because of who I support, fucking unfriend me, because I don't need you there, honestly.
Exactly.
Straight up. I'm not going to say it, but I have blood that's within the same roots. I have friends that are the same roots. And I am a pretty hardcore, like, straight up, like, Street Fighter and shit like that. Like, and I could feel that way. I think the world could too.
Yes.
And, like, honestly, with that, my mom told me to stop cursing tonight. And honestly, no, I'll be straight up honest with you.
I kind of agree with her. Stop swearing so much, Dominic.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
You're
the
grounded.
little parental
But-
label.
Yeah.
Fired and grounded. Look at
You
that.
did ask me.
We
a personal
are
questionnaire.
unrated.
I know, but you did ask me a personal questionnaire, and I'm going to be straight up with you. From
I
my
agree.
guts, if you have a problem with anyone who feels the way they do and any kind of way they live their life, fuck you. Honestly,
Chris,
mind
Wow.
your business.
Did you say Christy? Is it my turn?
Wow.
Was that what I heard?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's your
I am steady. No, I'm in full support of people being who they are. Period. You know, I'm for equality for everybody. Everybody. It doesn't matter if
I'm
you're
not.
gay or straight or yellow with purple polka dots. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? It's not. It's about just being able to be who you are. Period. You know, and it doesn't really matter. And it's when you accept people for who they are, no matter what. That's when the world can go around in a much smoother type of a way without all the squeaks and the bumps and
absolutely.
yeah,
So much
Yeah.
smoother.
yeah,
Genevieve?
yeah. No, 100%.
I am absolutely 100% an ally. I always have been. Love is love. I love you guys.
Teddy?
Wow, yours was really short. There, Genevieve.
To the point.
She's already thinking about it. She's like, bam!
Well,
Yeah,
I know what I'm
I guess I'm gonna be the devil here in this conversation.
Ooh.
Be the nice devil, Teddy.
Oh, okay. No, to be honest with you, I'm all for equality in all sexes, races, and so on and so forth. But I really like lately, the past like 2 weeks for me, I'm prejudiced against one race and one race only, and that's the race of assholes. I think people don't have to be that way, and I think they choose to be sometimes. And I really think that if that's your attitude and that's the way you want to live, then go somewhere else, because I think we've been through too much in the past year
Oh, hell
for us
yeah.
to sit here and deal with you just being a jerk. I mean,
Right.
it's all about love and support and all that stuff. I mean, we've had more deaths and people in hospitals
Yes.
and so many things the past year that, you know what, instead of being a Debbie Downer, like I said on my Facebook page today, find a way to smile, find a way
Exactly.
to turn it around.
Yes.
And I don't care if you have to take a feather to your butthole. I think you need to laugh. I think you need to smile.
If that's what it takes, why not? Let me find a feather.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna there,
Yep.
there's the
Yeah,
In the bedroom.
that was a little colorful, kind of like his background. Sorry.
I think everyone just opened their mind like to the world, and just everyone's point of view. Like everyone would literally just get along.
Dom, do you know that? Let me throw something at you. In the beginning of time, with and this is fact. This is stuff that you can look up online, and you can find it in history books. That even the Vikings, when they first came, to be,
Yes.
they had no problems with bisexuality or homosexuality or being. They had no problem. Greeks were the same way. The Romans were the same way. I mean, there has been so many civilizations that just allowed people to be themselves. I want to know when we decided to change that, because once we did, we became jerks. Our civilizations became
absolutely
a-holes.
Everyone became just a bunch of dickheads, and honestly, in reality, you're right. You're right. Like the Greeks, actually, the Romans were all open. Now, with myself, I love women. I really love women and things like that. But I'm so open.
They don't love you.
Patricia's done.
Well, apparently they don't. That's why I'm by myself. But I mean, in reality, like it keeps me. Genevieve.
No.
Just the way you said that totally caught me off guard. I don't even know what I was expecting.
I know, but we know what you're saying, Dom. We know what you're saying, but it's just like, it's love is love. Love is love. People just need to learn to mind their own business.
People need
and there's no sexuality in nature
no
either.
empathy.
Why don't people understand that? Because like it's a hard thing to deal with. Like for T-Row to ask that question tonight with different people in the world.
It's a human trait, to be honest with you. It's a human trait. It's a human emotion. It's a human jealousy. And you know what? It's worse today than it's ever been, because it's like if it doesn't benefit me, then I'm going to have hatred or fear or bad feelings or whatever, and selfishness. Right. I mean, that's a part of it. But a human basically has all these emotions and desires and things that they want, and one of them, unfortunately, is selfishness. And within that, that kind of stirs the pot with, I don't like you because you're this way, or this is the way I was raised, so it's wrong. Yeah. And it's like, you can't. Do you think the animals in the animal kingdom feel the same way? They don't.
No.
Well, I think for me. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I feel like because of some of my own experiences in life, and it's not even with the LGBTQ. Sorry, I just totally messed that up. But it's with anybody or everybody, anything. I was fired from a job because I was pregnant. I worked with women at a hospital where I loved my job there, but some of the women there of a certain race complained that they were discriminated against, but then totally turned around and took advantage of the situation. And I think for me, my biggest issue is the hypocrisy. Everybody should just be equal to do whatever and be whoever and have whatever, but don't complain about it and say, well, we've been suppressed no matter who you are or where you come from, and then turn around and take advantage of it because you feel like you deserve it or you can. And I think it's human nature to want to do that, and that makes it hard and bad on everybody else. And so that's that's what I have the biggest issue with. Don't sit there and complain 1 minute. And I mean, honest to God, I was the minority there. As a white woman, I was the minority, if you were going to give a classification. Right. And I used to sit there and go, man, I walked into this job looking at you women. who have 40 years experience, and I was ready to learn, even though I'd been doing it for a while. It was a whole different ballgame for me, only to find out I thought I was whatever because I went to school. Well, they did too. They had certifications. I just had a license because it's sign of the times. They had us do that all at once in school. They just didn't do it 40 years ago. Like, it was just like I couldn't win no matter what because of who I was. So, but yet they would play the fence and, jump the fence. I'm going, what the hell? Like, this is why people get upset. This is why people just, like, I looked up to them until I realized how they were and what kind of people they were. And unfortunately, that minor amount of people and that, the minimum, the 1% is going to make everyone else look bad. Because I worked with some other women there, same race, that were wonderful and didn't like it. You know what I mean? Right. And so, that's my biggest issue is the hypocrisy. Don't say you want it to be one way and you want equal, whatever equal means to you, and then turn around and take advantage of the situation too. I don't think that's right.
I like how you say the hypocrisy, because even in the Alphabet Brigade LGBTQ community, there is hypocrisy everywhere. Like we say we want equality. Our rainbows, the pride symbol is the rainbow for equality, and each color means something. But yet, in the community itself, we're not like that. Like we got the Twinks, we got the Bears, we don't mix very well, and there's a lot of back and forth. Mask versus them, and I mean, why can't everyone just love everything?
You know what's nuts about this too is as far as when we go into these shows, like it took a lot for me, and there's Inside the Drag Closet. Honestly, like across the pond, this show and things like that. You know what it took jumping into this for me to accept the fact that I'm going to be judged for my friends and then not giving a shit. Like it took a lot because my friends are hardcore people. That's not like. They're totally against it, a lot of them, and I don't give a shit. And I'm on Across the Pond this Sunday. They're all my friends, and for me to share it to my personal page, like all this stuff, and for me to like finally accept it when I finally got on the shows with you guys and stuff like that, for me to finally accept it, I actually felt better as a human. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you do. You really do, because you're accepting what you might not have once, but you've seen a different light.
You're growing. It's growth.
You found that rainbow. You got that rainbow.
It was no longer hiding and then telling people.
Genevieve said it there.
It's growth, and that's beautiful.
It's growth.
Yeah,
it's total growth. Here's they used to say that it took 50,000 people to build a civilization. It only takes one to destroy it. And and that's because of the fact is that not only hypocrisy, but just pure hatred, or not knowing, meaning not having the knowledge, never being. There's just so much of it that can destroy. And it, like what Kevin was saying, is in the gay community, there is so much like dislike and hatred, and they backstab each other and they talk about each other, and it's not any different than the regular world either. It's there. One of the problems is we as humans like labels. We use labels for everything. We have to. It's within our organization skills in our head. Like we always put the red with the red, the blue with the blue, the green with the green. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the way we were raised. So, gay people stayed in the closet. Black people lived over here. Orientals lived over here. And that's just the way it was. And it's like, no, you idiots, we're all the same. What's that line? Yeah. If you cut me, do I not bleed?
Exactly. We breathe same air. We bleed the same color. We sweat the same sweat.
Yeah, we breathe the same air. Everyone got coronavirus, and no matter what they were. Yeah,
and Mama Patricia said what I like very well, and that is, it's pure, it's ignorance.
That's my mom. Tell her hi.
I know. That's why I
Hi,
call her
Mom.
Mona Patricia. I know who she is, Tom.
She loves all of you guys, man. She supports all this, and
We love her too, man. She is awesome.
She stands on the same wave I do with this
That's
subject.
awesome. I love that. And y'all are bringing something
Loves
to my
me.
show that my show
Oh yeah, she loves that.
100% about, and that is you all. Like, I had no idea what yins all thought, and yins all brought a different view. And but that view is one. It might not be the same, but it's one.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I appreciate each and every one of you because we need more of y'all out there. And I think the world would be much, much better than what it is today.
I agree with you, man, and that's the whole point of all of us getting together. As far as like pushing each other's shows, like a hardcore
Absolutely, yeah.
asshole like myself pushing, to people to watch things. Genevieve has things. Where's my sage? Ted with Parents Out. Everyone just pushes each other. Like everyone's kind of mingling. I mean, that's the whole point of all of us getting together.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I keep trying to get Ted
Well, we're
to
all
add
gonna
me
be.
to that.
What's that, Ted? Sorry.
Do what?
No, I said it's like the point of us.
I do.
It's the point of us all mingling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
No,
like
I meant what
pushing-
Kevin said.
Oh. I didn't
He
hear.
keeps trying to get you to add him to the group.
The group chat.
Oh,
He's
did
always
he
on my
ask me
phone.
for that?
Yeah, man.
3
different-
times you're like, hey, blah blah blah, and I'm like, all right, so will you add me to the group chat? You're like, yeah, and then next time you say, I'm
Okay,
like,
I'll
all right,
do
will
it.
you add me to the group chat. She said yes.
Anybody on here? You know what? Dom can do it. Christy can do it. Genevieve can do it. Any of us can do it.
I just
Well,
don't
Your own
realize.
husband could do it.
I never thought about
All right, I'm gonna do it right now.
I just realized I'm the only asshole still wearing the hat.
I just learned this news, so it's all good. I thought about
So I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask a question. So, how many of because I know there's just a few of us here. Out of we actually have 14 shows, and that run. I don't know if you guys know how many shows there are. There's 14, and we're adding 2. And I want to know. I mean, how would you guys like to do like a WLFE gathering at some point? Have all of us get together
Yes.
and
Yeah.
hang out?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
love
Yeah.
that.
So while we're talking about this, Ted, I'm curious. All right, so everyone here is over on the East Coast. We're in Missouri. Where's everyone else from? At the East Coast?
Genevieve and I are from
Actually,
Jersey, but
most
Yeah.
everybody, yeah. You're the
Yeah.
farthest out. You boys are going to have to put on some wings and fly your asses out this way.
Well, we'll just have to get that Red Bull.
Yep.
well, Ted, speaking on
I'll go
your,
for the
your
rainbow. I don't like that.
speaking on your thought,
Ride the rainbow.
I've actually texted you this before, and we've talked, and then like on my show, like with WLFEDB Network and stuff like that, getting people on my shows and like on not pushing my show, but like just pushing. I think it's a great idea to all of us get together one night
Yeah.
just to talk a lot of fucking cool shit as far as like our shows and pushing
Yeah.
each other further.
It would-
Like, why not? We're a family anyway.
Mhm.
It would be
Well,
awesome just to
it's
actually
like-
meet face to face.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 That's why
So
Gettysburg, like this year, everybody was invited to come to Gettysburg, and I think it's a good idea. I know that it's an expensive trip, but other than just doing like a show with all of us, I just think it'd be better if we could all get together, like an event like Gettysburg, and just all get together for a weekend and just really get to know each other.
I think
yeah,
so too.
And
That would be
unfortunately,
so-
fellas, you guys are the farthest ones away.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, I told them.
Yeah,
I
this
got a
week-
mule outside tied up.
I did tell him this in the green room because I'm about to start booking my hotel because I'm going to talk to Tom about this tonight because he wants to show up. If they all want to go in my room and shit like that, so there's a place to stay, like, you know, when shit's booked up, come on in and chill. I know it got kind of funny, like in the room. We're all just joking.
I'm totally crazy, so
like, I know. I said something that
I'm
was in
waiting
there
for
kind
it.
of funny, but yeah, no. But like when I have my room and shit like that, like, dude, just fuck. Don't worry, just come on in and just hang out, man. That's the whole point. Just get yourself to Gettysburg.
Everybody just jump in a big pile.
Hell yeah! Well, we have a
Genevieve,
best.
stop laughing, co-pilot. You're supposed to have my back here. Strong face. Strong
We have a
face.
best.
Genevieve.
The best friend on here that says,
Sorry.
sounds like an opportunity for a road trip. I'll go with you, and we can go up to New York. Come on, Kevin.
Yes.
He only says that because we've been to Colorado Springs together, and
Yeah.
it's a blast. So, yeah, we are definitely 100% down to
Colorado.
up the 16th and hanging out with everybody. We'd love that.
And Tracy Brandon says different positive opinions to the same subject. Thank you, everyone.
Love it. Tracy, what's happening?
Yes, Jeff, it is freezing in Missouri, but you know what?
I
They're
have a
all
story about
older than 17 degrees.
Well, wait a minute. What's freezing? Freezing how?
Jeff Henry says that we're freezing our asses off in Missouri now.
Yeah, but
It's
what's
17
freezing? What
degrees
temperature?
here.
Oh, honey, I'm from
It's-
Buffalo.
It's 60 outside. I'm not walking outside. It's 60. I'm not going outside. I'm freezing.
Snow.
You know, Florida people are pussies. You know, we're in Allan. It's 7 degrees. It's seven degrees here.
7
Seven.
degrees.
7. So it's
Yeah.
gotta be.
Holy
It's gotta
cow.
be 9,
Yep.
7, 6 degrees. Yeah, it's 7 degrees.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
And Teddy and I are only an hour or so away, hour and a half or so away from each other. So we're in the same general area. We're getting the same snowstorm this weekend.
Oh,
Did you see that?
We're getting
Oh, yeah.
Saturday to Sunday, man.
We're getting
Get
ready,
ready.
to get some too. We got ice
Yeah,
and
we're gonna
some
be-
freezing
We're
and
gonna
a
be
little bit
filling
of
our.
snow.
Christy and I are
Yo,
gonna be telling
Teddy.
snow shovel war stories here pretty soon.
I don't shovel. I have a husband for that. Who are you kidding? And we have snow blowers and we have a frozen plow. Oh, no.
Well, I now
And
have
I
a
have 3
snowblower.
kids and a lot of friends.
now
Mama gets smart
You
real
know
fast,
what's in
okay?
my mind, Teddy.
Mom, come on. She goes, I'm sitting here with 2 fans on. Come on, I'm fucking freezing in here. Just talking over this shit.
Come on,
Don't
Brooklyn.
Oh, you know you hot girl.
call me out like that. What you doing? Come on.
I like her.
Well, Mama Patricia, it's 7 degrees here and I'm eating ice cream.
Hey, quit commenting.
There's
Yeah,
nothing. You leave your mother alone.
Yeah, don't pick on her.
Don't worry, I
Dom.
got your back, Mom. Don't-
We got you, Mom.
That's okay,
I'll
because my
kick
mom
your
yells
ass,
at me
Mom.
every time I pick on
It's your
Mike.
mom.
She
Jason
doesn't
says,
even do it.
unfortunately, my Mexican blood doesn't do cold well. Give me the desert. Well, Jason, there's ways to warm up.
Who said that?
Jason caught him.
Why can't I see the damn
Yeah.
comment?
I can't see comments either, Ted.
I can.
Like, I get to see a little bit.
Really? Really?
Only
Well,
a few.
Man, they're
Well,
talking
click
some
on the comments thing up at the top.
Oh.
Talking some shit.
Well,
I
yeah,
tell you.
literally, look. Your mama said you're a dummy, dog. Sorry. I'm just a messenger.
You go, Mom.
Man, even our moms, when they go on our show, aren't that nasty
Oh,
to us.
You read him off, Mama. He's no
Thank
longer
you,
there.
Jason.
You come back, Tom.
Aw. We'll protect. Well, no, we won't. It's your mom. You're on your own.
Yeah. Oh man, he's not.
I
Sorry.
say that we're
Boo.
gonna protect you, but it ain't never gonna happen.
No.
Totally. This has been an awesome show. Thank you all for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. It's just been so cool.
Ted had enough.
Ted, I don't know. See you later, Teddy.
Well, whatever. How rude.
Love you, man. I love you, man.
Bye.
Yeah.
Love you, man.
I was about to bring my
Wow.
mom in to talk to Ted.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't say hi to
They
your
left.
mom. What do we eat? Chopped liver?
Yeah.
No, you're not chopped liver. I was just gonna bring her for talking shit. I was gonna put her on the spot.
So, Dom, doesn't your ghost have a name?
Boo. That's my boo.
That's
Oh,
Boo.
okay.
That's Boo. Everyone knows Boo.
Make-
Actually,
make-
everyone likes Boo other than me. Everyone loves Boo. They hate me.
Yeah, I would love your boo too.
But Boo, but Genevieve, I'll tell you this: as you and I talk, Boo doesn't have two things in the world.
He does not have 2 books.
Oh,
So
Dom
guys-
has 2 books.
it's been an ongoing joke for a while.
And just 2 books.
Oh my god, I'm gonna come up with like 4 movies, 3 commercials, and a half of a book.
That's
You're
funny.
right. I want to say this.
Yeah.
I'm reading the comments I can see, and people are actually. You did a good job tonight, brother. People
Thank
are
you.
really enjoying this, and I'm glad you brought up the subjects that you brought up, because it's necessary, especially
It is.
different
It really is.
personalities.
I think it would make a big difference, and we just need
Yes.
more of this out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what's going to push artists back to the world as what we do. Straight up. So I think you literally did an amazing job tonight. And
I appreciate that.
thank you for reaching out to your family to be on here,
I
because
thank you for accepting. Like, Author-Avians are awesome for accepting. I really appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah,
It's
this is
family.
really fun. Thank you. For
Yes, it
having
really has. Yeah,
Totally.
it's been a pleasure.
and Kevin needs a hammer because he looks like Thor.
us.
Oh.
You know,
Christine in my brain.
he's gonna have a hammer later, Dom. Don't worry about it.
Come on. What?
Well, at least somebody is. I mean, what the
Yeah.
hell?
But
Oops, good thing my mom's not watching the show.
But yeah, thank you, Dom. I was going for Vikings.
I was too.
and I want to say this too, like thank you for, also Ted for jumping on too, because I do want everyone
Yes,
to know
thank you, Teddy.
that he does so much for us, editing and shit like that.
Yes.
And,
He does a
I
lot.
look forward
Yeah,
to
he does
this.
the
Yeah, he
commercials.
works his butt
He
off.
does
Everything.
So
Yeah.
He
much.
works his ass off. Like,
Yep.
Yes, he
he's
does.
the bomb.
That's
And
an
I'll get-
understatement.
And I'll get
Absolutely
fired
again.
fabulous.
I want to get fired again tonight for one thing, because I personally want to talk with Teddy back.
Yeah.
Wait,
You want
no,
to talk
what do you
with Teddy
mean?
back? Is that what you
I
said?
want to talk with Teddy back on air. Come on, guys. We
Oh.
need to talk with Teddy back. What the fuck?
Let's
You just
do
left me
one
hanging?
thing.
I only hesitated before I said yeah because Teddy said his phone died, y'all. Just so you know.
Oh,
I know, I know,
But
I know.
I only hesitated
Sure,
before I
Teddy,
said yeah because I do know how
sure.
busy he is.
And
I don't know how
Yeah,
many times like, dude,
I
get
know.
sleep.
He's super busy, but
You know-
like honestly, like I miss that.
Mhm.
I miss watching that show.
I do too. I really do.
Yes,
I
because
do
too.
that's how I became
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how we met.
T. Roy.
That's how I started.
Through Talk with Teddy. And
Wow.
you know, I missed that. And whenever it was going off, I was like, "Oh man, really? You know, that's what got me started. That's some kick ass shit. You're taking out the air." But I totally understood because he has so much
Yeah.
on his plate and he's working
No,
his
I
ass.
know.
He's always busy. You know, stuff
maybe-
like that. I totally feel where
Well, he
you're coming
gave up his show and to have more time
Yeah.
to do what we needed from him,
Yeah.
you know, or to give us
Totally.
more time with
And
our
that's a
shows.
great
So,
name to do something.
And I
like
and I
Yeah.
hope in time that we all could get together and take some of the weight off the shoulders of everything,
Yes.
and then like
Mhm.
we all become this big creation, because I really love this
Right.
company and I want to stay. I'm forever with this company. I love working with all of you,
yeah,
Me
I do
too.
too.
Yes, me
yeah,
too.
right back at you.
except
Yeah,
Genevieve.
we like it here too.
Genevieve doesn't even want to be my co-pilot. She does not fucking even mention me on the night at 10 o'clock Eastern time.
She's getting that mother look in her eye, and that's not a good thing, especially since you're already on the bad side of one mother tonight.
Let's go with older sister.
Okay, older sister. I was giving you a little more credit there by saying mom, but I know the whole old thing. Sorry, my bad. So-
I'm everybody's younger brother.
I mean, I am 313 years old, but you know, it's
313 years young, dear.
Yeah, girl, you look good tonight.
Tracy said, "Can you put a bowl of ice cream down and come back?" We'll have to have him back another time.
Yeah.
So, guys,
Oh
it
my
is
goodness.
time
the
for us
end.
to call it an end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
So
Thank
you
you.
for joining us.
Totally. Thank you very much. And Dom, I love you, man. You're fucking kick ass. You rock. And I love how you just give that vibe out there of positivity and keeping us all motivated to become who we are and stay who we are and how we're coming. You're just fucking awesome.
Well,
I
thank
love
you
you,
for
brother.
saying that, brother. That's all I give a shit about in the entire career that I have left.
And I love you too, sisters.
I'm here for you.
You too. Mwah.
Yeah,
Call her
thank
if you
you
ever
guys
need
so
me.
Very
much
much.
for coming on. I
Jenna.
enjoy getting to know you guys. I know you've talked to T. Rory a little more than me because I'm
we'll
just-
get there. Don't you worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
It's really nice getting to know
Hey,
you
we
guys.
popped his cherry tonight. He'll be back.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we're gonna start a gay series. Next week, I believe we have the gay guys on. So we've got some friends
Yes.
of ours, and we're gonna just talk
Okay.
about gay things.
Okay, so remember,
I love you guys.
be a rainbow in somebody else's life if you're not your own rainbow.
If you guys ever need any
Love
support,
that.
let me know. And Genevieve, you and I are gonna have a long talk in about 5 minutes because we got.
And if you want to hang out or whatever, backstage, we'll meet up afterwards. That's totally up to y'all.
What happened?
If you just want to meet up, like stay on or whatever, and like hang out for a little bit, then that's
Just-
fine too. But if not, I totally understand.
Just take me out the room. I'll be here in the back. I'll be in the green room. I separated myself to be here for you tonight, brother.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week, Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Central.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wait, Hey, Jen.
Hey, Dom.
Cheers.